I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow. Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more thought of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your crown, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all, in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Whoa!
Fresh off of the shocking events that took place last week's SmackDown and on Raw, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Smackdown Security Detail, with myself, Chris Best here. And we are taking a look at everything that took place on Raw, where we witnessed Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss lose their women's tag team championship to the Kabuki Warriors, which then set up War Games between Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, not Bayley. Oh, now I can't even remember. Give me one. Sorry, I said Bayley, but I meant Charlotte, Alexa, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky taking on the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. Something tells me, though, that there's going to be more added to this matchup here. Oh, wow. We're starting off with Mommy herself. Lots of exciting things that I'm looking forward to tonight, by the way. The one thing I am mostly looking forward to is finding out who the mystery opponent will be against LA Knight in that tournament match later on tonight. Also, I mean, speaking of mystery opponents, if there is a United States Open Challenge tonight, looking forward to seeing who's going to be the one who challenges ILJA Dragunov as well. But Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are both making their way to the ring right now. And I got to imagine Charlotte and Alexa will be following pursuit here. That's right, guys. We are 2 weeks away tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow, away from War Games, and I can guarantee you there will be a PLE patrol. Oh, they've got the microphones. Let's see what they got to say about this thing. Well, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky expressed their excitement about War Games, and then they called out their tag team partner or their partners in this match, Charlotte Flair, who is really colorful tonight. And interesting enough, not in a robe. I guess, well, she's probably not competing tonight. Like, she's really colorful, though. And Alexa Bliss is making her presence felt. And on the flip side of that, Alexa Bliss has got a bit of a darker look to her. Charlotte and Alexa coming in hugging everyone. Well, let's see what these ladies have to say. Charlotte Flair just walked out of the War Games match. She just said she doesn't want to do it. Yeah, Charlotte Flair walked out. She said, I don't like you to Rhea. She thinks she's a snake and all that. Wait a second. Look, yeah. But Charlotte walked out. Unusual. But I got a feeling. I got a feeling about something. Something about. I got a feeling about this, and maybe they got to convince Charlotte to do it. And later tonight, we're taking a look here as LA Knight's making his way into the building here for the Last Time Is Now tournament. We don't know who he's going to be taking on here. I haven't read any spoilers or anything of that nature of who could be at the building. Jey Uso is about to make his presence felt, though. Wonder what Jey Uso's got on up his sleeve tonight. I now like how Jay is not just getting one kid to do it with him. Now he's getting like a whole group of kids to do the yeet with him, and that's cool. Oh, that's right. Jey Uso's wrestling in the tournament match tonight. Yeah, it's Jey Uso versus The Miz. And I think I get a feeling that we're going to see some sort of an interference in this matchup. But as they are heading to commercial break, we are going to take ourselves a little bit of a commercial break as well. Let's showcase that we need your help.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
That's right, guys. All you got to do is just head on over to the turnbucklestudios.org there, hit that join button, and fill out the application. You will be that you will see there, and we will take a look at it and decide from there. That's turnbucklestudios.org/join. But right now, I mean, Jey Uso's in that ring and he's celebrating with the crowd right now. I gotta wonder though if Carmelo Hayes makes his presence felt. Because I get a feeling that I don't think the stuff between the Miz and Mello is over yet. And as I'm looking at Chelsea Green on my screen, I've got the "We'll Be Right Back" screen here. What do we see out of the United States title picture tonight? I mean, she just took the title off Julia. Nikki Cross has got the U.S. title in her, pun intended, crosshairs tonight. A lot of questions I've got going into this show, and I'm very, very psyched about this particular episode of SmackDown tonight. Does Julia demand her rematch? And for that matter, on that side, does this alliance that's been happening in NXT between Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, does that take shape on SmackDown as well? There's so many questions that I'm looking forward to seeing some answers here tonight. Just the big thing for me though is who is LA Knight's mystery opponent. That's always, but that's the thing with me in wrestling. When I see something like, oh, this guy's got a mystery opponent, I love speculating, even when it is the most obvious person. I still speculate. Because right now we're looking at the LJN figures of Logan Paul, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and Dusty Rhodes here. Available in stores starting Black Friday. Available at Target in the US and on the WWE shop. I'm going to check Walmart to see if those figures are there. I wouldn't mind collecting them. Again, I had just about every one of the original ones. Well, Jay was gonna rewind it back, but the Miz interrupting and making his way to the ring right now. The bell sounds and we are underway with action here. Already collar and elbow tie up between the two here. Right now, the Miz has got the, I guess you could say, the lead over Jey Uso, and we've got OMD rolling in here as the Miz is continuing this domination over Jey Uso. I completely forgot about this match, by the way.
Okay. Yes, one of the last time is now tournament matches.
Yeah, I saw Jey Uso coming out, and I'm like, what's Jey Uso doing on SmackDown?
Right?
Completely forgot that the tournament allows for the wrestlers to wrestle wherever they need to, wherever they're scheduled to go.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask this. And don't spoil it for me, but did we start off with a promo?
Yes.
So I'm going to say it, as much as I love The Miz, I do have Jey Uso winning this match.
I think so too, but my brain keeps going back and forth because the Miz is kind of still doing the heel thing.
Right.
And I get a feeling that Mello is going to get involved.
Okay. See, and I can see Miz winning based on their history. But I wonder, and I'm gonna put this one out there. Could Jey Uso win and go to that last time is now final to end the year and end John Cena's career the way he started it, by winning the Royal Rumble, eliminating Cena?
I kind of like where you're going with that one. I like that. And that's a strong possibility because I've come to the conclusion that I don't think we're getting any tournament matches at Survivor Series.
Right. Yeah, I have a very funny feeling that tournament final will be the Monday before Saturday night's main event.
I did the scheduling and figured it out that without Survivor Series, that's when the final match will take place.
There we go.
I did the figuring out based on how they're doing the matches right now, with 4 matches from the tournament each week.
Right.
Oh.
And we know we are still awaiting a mystery opponent tonight for... Oh, why is his name escaping me?
LA Knight.
Yeah.
I've got a few suspicions, but I want to keep those suspicions to myself.
Right.
Tonight.
I know this is a discussion that we have had on Raw during the Raw Patrol. So if you want our anticipations, ladies and gentlemen, go back to last Friday or this past Monday.
Well, my suspicions have kind of changed since Monday.
Okay.
But I'm still hanging on to one of them.
Yeah. I'm hanging on to my suspicion for tonight's mystery opponent, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go the other direction.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Miz here still has this dominance over Jey Uso. I've got to wonder if Bronson or Logan Paul are lurking around somewhere too.
Yeah, there is always that possibility. But as we've seen, there really hasn't been any interference in these tournament matches.
No, and like I said, that is, I mean, it's still possible given the issues that these two men have had with different wrestlers.
Yes.
But these two guys are putting on a pretty good match right now. Not gonna lie.
Oh, what a code breaker there out of the corner from the Miz.
Yeah, the Miz is being real innovative tonight. There's a lot of offense from the Miz I'm seeing that I haven't seen from him.
Right? I've always been such a huge fan of those stuck DDTs, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And the world famous it kicks, which haven't been seen in quite some time.
And Jay's showing his innovativeness right back with that neck breaker of sorts there.
Yes.
Shades of John Cena with the Miz right here.
Yes. And I love it. I love it. And the Miz right now saying, when his hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
I like how the crowd is chanting along with him still.
Yep. Oh,
I
and
mean,
Miz drops the 5-knuckle shuffle.
now he's looking for the AA. Oh, stunned him with that super kick.
Oh, yeah.
I think Jay was looking for an skull crushing finale.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, it seems pretty rare these days that people are kicking out of the skull crushing finales.
What?
Mrs.
What a match we have going on here for our opening match on SmackDown here tonight, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. And the Avalanche SCF. No. Oh.
Oh, that was different. Well, that's why I stunned him so he can do the spear.
Yep.
No wasted motion there from Jey Uso as he takes the win.
And yes, count it, ladies and gentlemen. Jey Uso advances in the last time is now tournament. And is this a win that Jey Uso really needed to gain back some of the momentum he's been, I don't really want to say losing, but some of the momentum that's been taken away?
Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't think he's really losing any momentum, especially with the crowd. The crowd is still firmly behind him. This could be, yeah, the start to the turnaround for Jey, because like he hasn't won very many matches lately. Oh, ILJA DRAGUNOV. Speaking of mystery opponents. Well, now that's going to be a hell of a match, and I called that last week.
You did. You did.
Oh. Well, Bronson Reed's in the building, but where's the others?
Are they in Nick Aldis's office?
I'll have to wait and find out, but for now, I think it's time to play one of our commercials, maybe the one that tells everybody where they can go shopping.
Let's do it.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, carlcarafel.redbubble.com for all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise and needs. And all of those proceeds come back into our studios so that we can deliver you a better viewing experience. carlcarafel.redbubble.com. You can also get to it by going to turnbucklestudios.com or .org/shop. It is, sorry, I'm tripping over myself here. carlcarafel.redbubble.com is the second hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now. But if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting or content creation, potential collaboration, or just help us out, turnbucklestudios.org, the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, we're always looking for help. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/join to send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us and how we can help you, and then we can sit down collectively and figure it out. Go to the host section and meet your team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel. Get all of our socials there. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now.
Yeah, I totally forgot that we also have a murder that we're going to witness tonight.
Yes, an unaliving.
Yeah, a murder. Jade Cargill and B-FAB later tonight.
Yep.
Sorry, B-FAB. I love you. I love the work that you're doing in the ring. Jade's going to destroy you, though.
Yes, that's not even a question.
You know what else isn't even a question? That picture I sent you this afternoon, where I showed the destruction of the New England Patriots, 84-3, week 2, played the Kansas City Chiefs. I injured Patrick Mahomes and beat them 70-0.
Nice.
I didn't look to see how long Mahomes is out, though. So, but they had to rely on Carson Wentz after the injury.
And although I haven't told you yet, something else that is pure fact, no fiction. Tuesday night, April 28th, I will not be available for Turnbuckle Talk. I need about a 3-day grace period.
I still got to get mine, but we're coming back. Are we getting the draws for next week's matches already? Oh, it's a retrospective on John Cena.
Yes.
Just to look at just how John Cena wanted to get into the business.
Yep.
On the phone.
Wow. What an announcement there. Cody Rhodes and Bronson Reed tonight.
And to add to that second half, it is for the WWE title.
Wow.
No entrances for either Axiom or ILJA DRAGUNOV, just straight into this US Open Challenge match. Wow.
Yes. does this, because we've seen Nathan Frazier have the title shot. We've seen Johnny Gargano have the title shot. We know that Tommaso Ciampa has been angling for a title shot. And we know that the history between DIY and Fraxium.
Mm-hmm.
Does this break down, like, and we're going to get that tag team match out of it, or does this break down to a multi-man US championship match?
Well, I was going to say, I get a feeling that because of what Dragunov had said about Ciampa needing to be a warrior to challenge the US title, I get a feeling, I don't know if it's going to happen tonight or next week, but maybe we get Ciampa taking on Nathan Frazier if it is tonight, and Ciampa trying to prove that he should get this title shot.
Right.
So, like, he wins the match, he gets the title, but then maybe Nick Aldis or Dragunov are like, yeah, that's not enough. Then they turn to Gargano and they say, you got to fight him.
Right.
But then if that happens, then who's to say Gargano doesn't just lay down for Ciampa?
Yeah. Not even a 1 count off of that shoulder tackle for Dragunov. And both men struggling for power for that backslide. But Axiom eating that hard forearm shiver.
Yeah. I just realized this is a throwback to NXT UK here.
Yes, it is.
I tend to forget that Axiom because he looks like a luchador. I tend to forget he's actually British.
Yes. I believe he's actually Spanish.
No, he's got a very thick British accent, dude.
Oh, because I know when they introduce him as being from Madrid.
Well, let's take a look here. Let's use the old Google machine here.
There we go.
Oh yeah, he is from Madrid, but he's got like his accent is very British sounding.
And that again could just be a factor of, you know, how much time did he spend over in the UK as a kid? Is there a combination of the two accents?
Yeah, that's because that's the thing, right? Like, even like let's say if I went to England for a month and I came back and did this show, I would have a British accent.
Nowhere near as prominent as when you're a lot younger.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you would.
Mm-hmm. But right now we are looking at two fantastic wrestlers here. And I love that they're actually doing a story around the open challenge.
Yes.
And not just I mean, it's nice to see Dragunov have random opponents, but I like the fact that they're doing a story around the US Open challenge. And I've got to wonder, like, if if Ciampa is successful, we'll say, if he's successful in gaining the US title, does he continue the challenge under his own way? Because Dragunov said he's going to do the US Open challenge his own way.
Right. I could see
Ciampa doing that and then like bringing out like a local jobber to beat, you know?
Yeah.
Or Ciampa doing that laying out the open challenge. Somebody big and tough comes in, challenges him, and he backs out. And what I like about the open challenge with both Dragunov and Sami Zayn doing it is that even though the last couple of weeks it's been pretty predictable on who's going to challenge him, I've actually really enjoyed the approach for ILJA DRAGUNOV as to how we get to that match. And I was actually expecting like 2 surprise opponents based on this situation too, because I honestly, a part of me did forget about the whole AXIOM Nathan Frazier, Johnny Gargano, Ciampa situation.
Right. This is another situation where there is another tag team on the SmackDown roster that are both accomplished singles wrestlers. Could we see the Motor City Machine Guns interject themselves into this?
I think you got a possibility there, but I know that they want the tag titles more than anything right now.
As well, I saw something the other day, and I didn't get a chance to see if there was a video attached or read a full article about Montez Ford potentially breaking off again on his own. Could a guy like Montez step up and be that guy to not only answer the challenge, but dethrone Dragunov?
And then continue the open challenge? Because I feel like he would do it.
Right.
That's a possibility. I mean, I think it'd be Montez's first singles championship.
Yes, it would. Or would a situation like this US Open Challenge be of bigger benefit to somebody like a Jimmy Uso to go out there, start really making his mark as a singles competitor?
That is a very strong possibility, because I've been saying, like, ever since Jimmy went back to SmackDown after the whole teaming with Jay thing, I get a feeling we are going to see that, but it's going to be after Survivor Series, because I get a feeling that Jimmy is going to get involved in War Games. And we probably might see that tonight.
Right. Now, with Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed at SmackDown, and I know I'm getting to our main event here, and you're suggesting Jimmy Uso to potentially be added to the War Games, who do we see as that fourth man for the Vision potentially debuting tonight?
That's the thing. That's what Paul Heyman said when he came in. He has the choice of anybody from all 3 brands to pick to join, because of what that clause in the contract that he handed to Nick Aldis said.
Yes.
And that's where I think you can bypass Drew McIntyre's suspension.
I was going to say the exact same thing, my friend.
Because I get this vibe that with that title match tonight, we're going to see Drew McIntyre show up at ringside with ticket in hand.
Okay.
And then get the jump on Cody.
See, I was just going to say, I think we were going to see Drew come out from the crowd again and just do it the same way, because Paul Heyman bypassed his suspension by offering him the spot on the War Games team.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, gee. Oh, wow. Axiom almost had him, and I almost said Ray Fenix.
Right.
There's a guy I wouldn't mind seeing step up in the U.S. Open Challenge. I know he already did it with Sami Zayn, but
Yep.
and I know Ray's got his situation with the MFT right now, so
Yep.
we should be receiving an answer on that a little later tonight, as it has been announced that Sami Zayn is scheduled to confront Solo later tonight.
Okay. There's another interesting name for that potential War Games match is a Solo Sikoa. We know the history he has with Bronson Reed. We know the history he has with Paul Heyman.
What a defense, though, from ILJA DRAGUNOV. But going back to your Solo thing, I'm on the side that it's going to be MFT taking on Sami Zayn, Nakamura, the Machine Guns, and possibly Rey Fenix. It all depends.
Okay.
In a traditional Survivor Series match.
Okay.
Does it happen at the pay-per-view? Maybe, maybe not.
Right. And there, Corey Graves just called it the A-bomb for Dragunov's finisher.
And the act of respect between these two men. R-Truth and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis is everywhere tonight.
And now we have Sami Zayn making his way, I'm going to assume, to the ring. Yep, next. So we're going to get that Sami Zayn versus Solo confrontation next. But while we are in commercial, Mr. Best.
Yeah, there will be no confrontation with the shows that you can check out here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our weekly calendar of shows, and that does not even include the special events like the PLE Patrol or other potential watch-alongs or ideas we may have. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can find all of those at turnbucklestudios.org. Go to the host section and meet the team, Chris Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafell. Get our social media there, as well as watch our latest weekly episodic shows, including this one, which will go up a little while after the show. Go to turnbucklestudios.org/shop to go to carlcarafell.redbubble.com. Get all your Turnbuckle affiliation program merchandise. Most importantly, click the link that says join. Send us your credentials. Let us know how you can help us, how we can help you. We can sit down as a collective and figure this out. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it, and do it now.
I was just thinking about that Chelsea Green championship celebration we're getting next week.
With Pyro.
With Pyro. How much you want to bet Nikki Cross ruins it?
See, and I was
or Julia.
I was going to say Julia. But I also think that that could be a situation that then potentially gets interrupted by that woman that is on our screen now, Tiffany Stratton.
I'm saying Nikki Cross, though, because like she has been lurking in the background of those U.S. women of just about every segment over the last couple of weeks when it comes to the U.S. Women's Championship.
Yes.
Elimination Chamber coming to Chicago. Well, you know Punk's going to be in that chamber then.
Yep. At the United Center.
Well, actually, if Punk is still the champion, I should say, by that point.
Yeah.
Or Punk could defend the title inside the chamber.
He could.
It's going to be at the United Center this time. Wow.
Yes, for the first time in over 30 years.
SummerSlam 1994 was the last time.
And this happened during the break. We are seeing a beatdown from Tommaso Ciampa onto AXIOM.
Nathan Frazier running out to make the save. So maybe that builds to what I suspected. Ciampa versus Frazier.
Yep.
Yeah, Bronson Reed. As if Bronson Reed's getting a championship match before Braun Breaker does.
The thing is, Bronson Reed has beaten Roman Reigns twice. He's beaten Jey Uso. He's beaten Jimmy Uso. Bronson Reed is there and deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Where all of the focus and all of the energy is really being pushed on Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed is that silent assassin, so to speak.
And we've got a man who hasn't been so silent over the last couple of weeks making his way to the ring. Sami Zayn, who's been just angling to try and get this situation with the MFT sorted out here.
Yes.
But Nick Aldis has been denying him because he's not cleared.
Yes. And we know that Sami has a long-running history with not just the MFTs, but with Solo from their time together in the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Sami waving politely to the crowd.
Sammy fired up as he should be, calling out Solo. And Solo is obviously not coming alone on this one.
He is not, which is really not surprising, but I did think that there might be that little bit of a respect aspect to this from their time together.
Solo won't do that. Solo's got no respect for Sammy. Yeah, I kind of figured this was going to happen.
Yep.
Nakamura, Bray Phoenix, and the machine guns are out there to help Sammy out. Sammy is 100% cleared and is now taking it to Solo, and I mean taking it to him.
Yes, he is. And Tala Tonga pulling Solo out to safety.
Oh, but JC Mateo and the Tonga Low and Tama Tonga getting in there. Just everybody brawling everywhere, basically, is what's happening.
Yes.
Oh, Ray's going up to the sky.
Yes, he is. And taking everybody out with that corkscrew torpe.
Where's Nick Aldis to come out and settle this situation?
Right? Now Jey Uso in the back with Cody Rhodes. So Jimmy Uso has put himself into the War Games match, saying, I spoke with Punk and I am in.
I called it.
You did. But up next, the Last Time Is Now tournament.
And we have to go through commercial for this because I really want to see who this opponent is.
Right? And
yeah, go ahead.
I got to be honest, because it doesn't look like my mystery pick is happening.
I still have my two suspicions, but I know that one of them could be at Full Sail tonight. I don't know. We don't know, you know?
Right.
But what I do know is we do need your help. So take a look.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Turnbucklestudios.org/join is the place to go for you to send us your info. Tell us how you can help us. Tell us how we can help you. We can sit down as a collective and figure all that out. Turnbucklestudios.org, everything Turnbuckle affiliation program related. Go to the host section and meet your team. Chris Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafell. Get all of our socials there. Watch our latest weekly episodic shows and go to the shop to send you over to carlcarafell.redbubble.com to get all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now.
A minute left, and I get a feeling that LA Knight's going to cut a promo before we see who this mystery opponent is.
I do too, and I'm wondering because, like I said, my first pick I don't think is going to do it, just because he has been so busy handling his duties as the general manager of SmackDown. Because yes, ladies and gentlemen, I had Nick Aldis as my mystery opponent.
Yeah, mine is one of them is very obvious. Joe Hendry.
Yes,
they are in Albany, and I recognize that they are going to be in New York City on Monday night, but Albany and New York City, not a far drive.
No.
The other one, Mike Santana.
That's where I was going to go as well because of what's happened or apparently happened as of today. And I did have Santana picked as a mystery competitor in this tournament.
And that's why I suspected, like, I don't know if my pick is going to be at Full Sail, because that's where I was hinting was Mike Santana.
Right.
And TNA's got a pay-per-view happening there tonight.
Yes, they do.
Ooh, Impulsive has got a very interesting podcast coming up. I'm seeing all the wrestlers, and I'm more interested in the scientist, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
Sorry, every time I'm all about science, and every time Neil deGrasse Tyson talks, I listen because dude is incredibly smart, you know.
And you called it the night before War Games.
Uncle Howdy lurking in the background.
Yes, as well as the
Eric Rowan.
that glitch in the system.
Yeah. Speaking of the system, I did watch a bit of TNA today, and I would like to wish a congratulations on your retirement to JDC, who will be retiring in January.
Yes. For those that are not familiar with JDC, Johnny Dango Curtis, he was also known as Fandango.
You gotta say it right, man. Fandango. I mean, what a career that dude has had. First WWE match, and it's at WrestleMania, and it's against Chris Jericho.
Right?
Like, what?
Right?
I should say as Fandango, because
yes.
I think he's wrestled as Johnny Curtis.
Yes.
But I mean, the Fandango character is what really took him to a whole other level.
Yes. Especially that Raw after WrestleMania, and no promo from LA Knight. Wow.
ZACK RYDER, not Matt Cardona, ZACK RYDER. Wow. My neighbors, I'm shouting, and my neighbors are probably like, what the hell's he doing?
Right?
But wow.
Yes, this is huge. And you know what? It does make sense because it's Albany.
It also makes sense because of the history between him and John Cena. I mean, he was part of one of John Cena's biggest feuds at the early half of 2012.
Yep.
When ZACK RYDER became the U.S. champion.
Yes.
And then that infamous photo where like they finally had a combination of great champions at that time. But holy cow.
Right? Somebody that neither of us had on our bingo card for tonight.
I mean, I knew ZACK RYDER or Matt Cardona was going to be involved in some way.
Does Matt Cardona become that guy to pull off this, I guess, upset?
He's going right for it. But wow.
Yes. Now, the question I have is, do we get an interaction between Zach and Chelsea after this match in the back?
The question I have is this the first time that they've shared a locker room together?
I don't think so. No, because they were in TNA together.
Oh, okay.
As well, I believe they did it in GCW.
And this does make sense because of the fact they are in Albany, but it would have made more sense with them if it took place on Monday at Madison Square Garden at the same time.
Right.
Because Madison Square Garden is a lot closer to Long Island than Albany is.
But what I'm going to do there is I am going to go
That's where I'm going.
That's where I'm going to go with Mike Santana, who is from New York City and the Bronx. So for him to be able to go and then wrestle Madison Square Garden in this tournament, I think that is what makes the most sense.
Well, it's also the fact that Joe Hendry is going to be in New York City on Monday, so because he's got the Gold Rush.
Right.
But wow, I'm so happy to see that ZACK RYDER back.
You and me both.
I mean, we've always wanted him to come back to the Royal Rumble. So even in this tournament, I still feel like there's a possibility that he comes back at the Royal Rumble as well.
Oh, 100%. And he doesn't seem to be wrestling as a pure baby face tonight. He's sort of wrestling as that.
He's doing the Matt Cardona thing, the thing I've seen him doing on the indies over the last several years.
Yes.
And I got a feeling that like the pop he got was gigantic when he came out. So I got a feeling that he's like, yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And LA Knight, I mean, he's got to be taken aback by this because he's kind of had a hard time trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. I mean, he just hit the neck breaker there, but
Right. You know who I think would have been an even better mystery opponent, though, just for it being from Albany, New York, and that is the godfather to Cody's newest baby girl, one Brody Lee Jr.
-1. He's
Yes.
still training from what I understand.
Yep. But Cody officially asked him, and they named him the godfather to the newest little one today.
If he was healthy and not old, because of his history with the city, I would have also been happy with Ric Flair.
Yep.
For those who don't know the history with Ric Flair in Albany, New York, it was in Albany, New York at the 1992 Royal Rumble where Ric Flair won the WWF Championship.
Yes. However, Ric Flair is injured with a torn rotator cuff right now.
Oh, I know. But like I said, he's also old and I don't want to see him wrestle anymore.
Right?
And this is coming from a guy who's one of Ric Flair's biggest fans.
You and me both, and it's just time.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also one of ZACK RYDER, Mark Cardona's biggest fans too.
Right? Aren't we all? And LA Knight starting to really mount the offense. But of a bit of a lackadaisical cover there from LA Knight, as he didn't put enough weight on the shoulders and chest to keep Cardona Ryder down.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that with him. This is unreal. I'm flat out saying this right now before we go to the end of the show and talk about our moment of the night. ZACK RYDER showing up is my moment of the night. There's no question about it.
Okay, now I got to ask, because we did not actually get to give a prediction on this match.
See, I don't know now.
Right?
Because I kind of want to see ZACK RYDER advance. I want to see LA Knight advance.
I am in the same boat. I do think that there's a lot more history between Ryder and Cena, which has me have him take this match.
Yeah, and here's the other. Yeah, I was going to say, here's the other thing. Cena and Ryder actually best friends. They're like
They
really
are.
close friends.
But what was it? 2 years ago, LA Knight had that tag match with John Cena against the Bloodline. And Cena gave LA Knight his full endorsement. And I could see LA Knight, the man they call the megastar, being that guy to potentially go.
LA Knight just kicked out of the Rough Rider.
Yes, he did. Wow. But Zack Ryder counters the BFT.
Oh, LA Knight catching him with that power bomb.
Yes, he did. And what a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. Okay, Ryder kick. Can you kick out? Oh, wow. LA Knight just took the win over Zack Ryder.
Yes, he did. Wow.
What if Zack Ryder re-enters the tournament as Matt Cardona now?
I could see it. And then comes back a third time as Matt Ryder. Or Zack Cardona.
What a feather in the cap, though, this is for LA Knight to get the victory over a guy the likes of Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. I mean, this just squashes what everybody was saying about LA Knight about a week ago when they were like, oh, they're burying LA Knight because he missed one episode of Raw.
Right?
That's not a burial, in my personal opinion,
No.
if you pin a guy like Zack Ryder. But we got Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Alexa Bliss in the locker room.
Looking like they are really trying to take out Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Alexa Bliss from that women's War Games match. I didn't quite hear everything that was said, but conspicuous by her absence, and I know that Rhea was asking for Charlotte to put their differences aside for one night.
Yep, that was the opening promo. So at this point, I can probably tell you what had happened, right?
Yeah.
So what had happened was, it started off with Rhea and Io. They were out there just kind of hyping the crowd. And they're like, this is the War Games is a numbers game. Well, we don't come alone. They brought out Charlotte and Alexa. Alexa started to do her thing. She hands off the mic to Charlotte. Charlotte's like, I don't know if I can do this, Lexi. Then she turns to Rhea and is like, I don't like you. I've never liked you. I've always thought you were a snake, but I bet you think the same way about me. And I know you're saying, look, let's look past it, but I can't. And she walked out.
Wow. As now, again, a match you mentioned earlier that I had still completely forgotten about. Jade Cargill coming out to go one-on-one with B-FAB.
I do expect B-FAB to get some kind of an offense in here.
Right.
But I don't want to see that really, because if you want to continue with this Jade Cargill being a beast, you have to have her come in and dominate.
Yeah, and that's where I was thinking. I think we are going to get that dominant thing because we had that short, sweet, quick promo that was, you know, less than 3 minutes last week from Jade after her dominant victory at Saturday night's main event. And B-FAB is nowhere near the level of a Tiffany Stratton in the ring. So I think we need that to then maybe force B-FAB to reevaluate and really work.
But I was going to say something along the lines of B-FAB is going to get dominated. Michin is going to step in and want some revenge because we've seen them kind of being reunited lately.
Right.
Over on SmackDown. But you know what else we got to show these guys? We got to show them how they can do some shopping.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at CarlCarafel.redbubble.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, I will say it again. CarlCarafel.redbubble.com for all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. All of the proceeds comes back into our studios so we can give you a better viewing experience. CarlCarafel.redbubble.com, the second hottest site on the internet. Do it and do it now.
Yeah, there's a lot of product there that I'm wanting to pick up for myself.
Yep.
I've decided today that I want to start building my living room into a bit of a man cave. And CarlCarafel.redbubble.com is the site where I'm going to be picking up a few things.
There you go. There you have it. We have testimony. Carl Carafel, the man himself, does have, of course, merchandise from the website. I am working on procuring some myself.
But yeah, as I suspect, I get a feeling Michin may even make her presence felt even during this match, if it's not a complete total squash.
Right. I think we need that squash match.
Right. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how this does play out.
Yes.
Because I get a feeling that this could very well this could easily build to Tiffany Stratton coming back and wanting a championship match.
Right. I think if you're going to do
The way
that,
I see it right now, Tiffany Stratton. I was going to say, the way I see it right now is Tiffany Stratton is currently selling a leg injury right now, so I don't expect her to be back at like Survivor Series or anything like that. If she comes back tonight, it might be a bit too soon.
right. Well, I was going to say, I know Tiff is injured legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
So what I could see is Tiffany Stratton coming back and in her second year on the main roster, win the Women's Royal Rumble to get that rematch at WrestleMania.
That's where I think Bianca is going to step in myself.
And I see exactly where you're coming from because I can see that too. but I don't think that, because Bianca's just recently won both the Royal Rumble and an Elimination Chamber, so I don't think she needs a second win in either of those that quickly. And I'm going to go on the record here and say I don't really want to see another triple threat match with Bianca Belair for the women's title at one of the big 4 pay-per-views. PLEs, sorry.
But yeah, and here's the other thing. I also had this thought earlier tonight. What if the breakup between Charlotte and Alexa happens? Because we know that that's eventually going to happen.
We do.
Alexa wins the Royal Rumble. Charlotte wins the women's title at Elimination Chamber, and we get those two at WrestleMania.
Very good possibility there.
Because here's my thought on that one. Jade could still come out looking very strong in that chamber match if she's in it. If she's in it. But that's one of the safer bets for taking the championship off of her. Is if you do like a spot where like all 5 of them like gang up on her or something like that. And then you can still go to Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania for another women's matchup. And Jade is just, as we said, completely dominating B-FAB here and has just taken the win.
Yes,
you can still go to Jade. You can still go to Jade and Bianca because that feud doesn't necessarily have to be for a championship.
No.
Neither does Charlotte and Alexa, if that's even going to be a possibility. And look, there's Meechin right now in the ring. I thought it was Indy Hartwell for a second. And that's only because I watched over on WWE's YouTube page, they are showing a bunch of War Games matches. Right. And they showed one of the women's War Games when Candice and Indy had just turned heel. Indy was wearing pretty much the same stuff right now that Meechin's wearing right now. But yeah, I'm gonna say next week, Meechin and Jade. And that's where I'm going to go with this whole dominant run with Jade. It's going to lead to Tiffy coming back and saying, like, enough's enough. I'm gunning for your championship. Let's do it. And maybe it happens at the Royal Rumble. Maybe it happens at Saturday night's main event.
Right.
Oh, next week's matches.
Oh, here we go.
Boy, do I like those matches.
You and me both.
The unaliving of Mello next week.
I hate to say it, I think so.
And Penta and Finn. Now we know the troubles that Penta has had with Judgment Day. That's going to be a big factor going into that match. I guarantee it.
Yes, it is.
But
Mello and
Dom.
Bronson, there's a lot of intrigue for me with that one. Because you've got The Miz will be lurking in the background to potentially try and cost Mello. You've got the Vision, but you've also got Bronson Reed has to worry about War Games.
Yeah, and going back to Finn and Penta, Finn's got his own troubles with the Judgment Day right now too, especially with Dom. Dom is not too happy right now with the Judgment Day and their lack of an appearance, as it were, in his loss of the Intercontinental title on Monday.
Right. Now an interview with Mello.
Okay, so I get a feeling there's a bit of a flip the script here with Mello kind of being the babyface now.
Yes.
I really kind of wanted Mello to continue being the heel after breaking off from The Miz. Not going to lie.
Yeah, but Mello was a name that we really all put out there when it was first announced. Not just the tournament, but John Cena's last match, that Mello was one of those guys that we wanted in that spot.
I never said I wanted Mello in that spot.
I never said you did specifically. I just said there were a lot of people,
yeah,
myself included, that wants Mello in that spot. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? As we are in commercial and SmackDown will be right back, we will be right back after telling you about all of our great weekly programming.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the Smackdown Security Detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, all of our weekly programming. Check it out. Turnbucklestudios.org, once again, is the place to be. Go to the host section and meet the team. I've already listed off their names. I'm not going to do it again. Get all of our social media. Watch all of our latest weekly episodic shows. Click the link that says join us to send us your credentials. Tell us how you can help us, how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure it out. Go to the shop button so you can go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and get all of your Turnbuckle Affiliation Program merchandise. Turnbucklestudios.org, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest site on the internet. Do it. And do it now.
I'm still riding off the high of ZACK RYDER showing up.
I'll tell you this. My moment of the night will be Bronson Reed walking out as your new undisputed WWE champion.
That would be a shocker. But I don't think it's going to happen, to be
I
honest
don't
with
either,
you.
but
I think this match is going to end up in a kerfuffle, as it were.
yes, this match is going to be a cluster bomb.
And this is probably where we're going to learn who the fourth member of the Vision is going to be.
Yes,
because we only know 4 guys on the baby faces. We still need a 5th guy for that, actually.
yes, we do.
ZACK RYDER.
No,
No, I get a feeling the 5th guy is going to be John Cena, probably. I just get that vibe.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think there's somebody else who has history with all 4 members of the babyface team, and I think we might need to acknowledge him.
Well, just remember, one of John Cena's last dates is Survivor Series.
It is.
I'm starting to see more and more of why everybody's saying that Aleister Black has now taken on what Karrion Kross was trying to do.
Yep.
And it's not a bad thing because, I mean, to be fair, if I were to bring back Karrion Kross and Scarlett, I would put them in a stable, all 4 of them, alongside Zelina.
But in that situation, let's get Scarlett not just more TV time, but more in-ring time so that we can get Scarlett and Zelina to challenge for those women's tag titles.
That's where I was going with that. Zelina and Scarlett as a women's tag team would be awesome. Cody Rhodes making his way out first as the champion.
Yes. I'm waiting. I've just been sort of waiting, anticipating that sneak attack from behind from Bronson Reed.
Oh, when it comes to the Vision, man, you have to have your head on a swivel, so... Yeah, so he changed his woe to the apron or the corner for this week.
No.
I am so excited about War Games, by the way, because of the fact that it is a stadium show. Like, I'm So
Right?
curious about what the setup is going to be like.
Yes.
It's almost that WrestleMania vibe when it
Right?
comes to the. And I've said this on Turnbuckle Talk, but I think that the only stadium shows, with the exception of maybe your Saudi shows, should be your big 4 pay-per-views.
Right? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks from tomorrow, there will be a PLE Patrol for Survivor Series War Games with Mr. Best, with myself.
And
We
whomever
will
else
be here.
wishes to join.
Yes, we will be here. Will you?
Well, here's another man that we know will be at Survivor Series, Bronson Reed, taking on Cody Rhodes. Undisputed WWE title on the line in this match.
Yes. And let's not forget, it was a year ago at War Games that Bronson Reed suffered a devastating broken foot and ankle.
And he wasn't the only one that got injured in that match, too.
No,
Tama
he was
Tonga got injured and had only just come back from
that was
that
Tongaloa.
match. Oh, Tongaloa, yes.
Jimmy Uso.
Actually, both of them got hurt. Both the Tonga brothers got hurt in that match.
Everybody got hurt in that match.
I watched that match yesterday again because WWE's been showing pretty much all of the War Games they've been showing. Cody doing exactly what I would be doing with a guy like Bronson, just trying to attack right away. But it just wasn't enough.
Right? But Cody going for the upper body, which he was just sort of bouncing off of instead of trying to
go for a leg or
chop
something.
block. Yeah. Now I have to ask is what would this do with Bronson Reed if he being a Raw superstar if he wins the Undisputed Championship?
My guess is he automatically moves over to SmackDown for the time being.
Can you imagine the power of Paul Heyman if he's got Braun Breaker on Raw and the Undisputed Champion and Bronson Reed on SmackDown?
It would be just exactly like what Evolution wanted when they tried to convince Batista to go to SmackDown after Batista won the Royal Rumble. And Batista overheard Hunter saying that calling him a dummy and saying whatever. Yeah. Even though in the weeks building up to that, to Batista finally breaking off with Hunter, we saw Batista with those subtle teases that he wanted that championship, i.e. holding Hunter's hand up and looking at the belt at the same time.
Right.
But right now, what we've got here is a very unexpected championship match here, but something I'm all in for.
And the challenger in complete control here at the moment.
But conspicuous by his absence, no Braun Breaker.
Right? Or Logan Paul. That we have seen yet. But Cody's starting to mount a little bit of offense and build that little bit of momentum he needs to try and get back in this fight. And what a Death Valley driver there from Bronson Reed. Oh, Bronson went for it.
The Cody cutter. I thought he was going for a disaster kick at first.
No, he just hit the disaster kick.
Yeah, but he could be like me in 2K25 and use the same move, spam the same move 3 or 4 times.
Right?
Mostly because I forget the controls half the time.
Right?
Smart move by Cody to break the count.
Yep.
You know what I want to see? And believe me, this would hurt. Oh, there's Braun Breaker. And there's Logan Paul. But I was going to say, I want to see, because they've been promoting those LJN figures on so subtly on the SmackDown announce table. I want to see an Extreme Rules match where a wrestler grabs one of them toys and just smacks the other with it, because those toys hurt.
Yes, they do.
And now we got Jay making his way out, and Jimmy. Punk has got to be in the building somewhere now.
Well, Jimmy said when I talked to Punk on the phone earlier today, so
that could have been a diversion with that if they knew that Paul and or Logan Paul and or Braun Breaker were in the ring.
Yeah.
Could
but
be.
I have a feeling that the way they announced Jimmy joining the team, I think that sets it up for that numbers game now to come and take advantage here in a few minutes with the potential return of Drew.
Or it could be, I mean, Paul Heyman said anybody from all 3 brands. That also could be the Beast Incarnate himself.
It could be.
Brock Lesnar. There's Drew. But that's the other thing too. That's only 4 guys on 4 guys right now.
Yes.
I had to pause to listen to what Paul Heyman was saying to Nick Aldis. And he kept saying anybody, anybody, anybody. He kept repeating that. And that's the bypass to get out of this suspension with
Yep.
Drew McIntyre.
as Braun Breaker puts Jay through the table, and then Logan Paul just lays out Big Jimmy, and Logan and Drew looking at each other. Now Cody coming back in here trying to take the fight to them, but eats that Claymore.
But here's the other thing I'm gonna say is probably gonna happen too. I'm gonna say after War Games, all this is gonna tell Drew, no, you're continuing your suspension.
Yeah. And there's the tsunami from Bronson Reed. And Drew shaking Paul Heyman's hand and holding that contract.
Yep. Next week, SmackDown will be in Denver. The last dinosaur. No. It'll be in Denver, Colorado. One of my favorite arenas for them to actually do shows at.
Yes.
But as we fade to black and we see the big red N flashing up and the thanks for joining OMD, you got to let everybody know where people can find you and what you thought of the show tonight.
Fantastic show. For me, it's the little things. It was the subtleties of the show tonight that really stuck with me. You know, the interview with Mello after he was announced to compete in the tournament next week. You know, even that situation that happened in the locker room with Heyman and Naldis.
Mm-hmm.
Just those little things that really built up and told the story of now through December 13th, as we are a month out from John Cena's final match. So you're now putting everything in place. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me on the socials, it is my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMDShow. And visually, next time you can find me is Sunday night on the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Mr. Best.
Yeah, tonight's show is just filled with intrigue and surprise for me. My moment of the night, ZACK RYDER. There's no question about that. My match of the night, that's every match. Every match tonight was good and told the story that they needed to be told. Like, for instance, we've got more out of this whole U.S. title open story. We got more out of what Jade Cargill is doing with B-FAB and Michin. We're getting more out of the John Cena tournament. We're getting stories that are being told in that tournament too now, with Mello and Bronson Reed having some beef in the locker room. And then, of course, the revealing of Drew McIntyre joining forces with the Vision. Love it. Yeah. And the fact that we are getting a Survivor Series match, granted it's not on Survivor Series, it'll be on next week's SmackDown, that still makes me a happy person.
2 weeks from now.
Oh, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks from now. Yeah. My brain's not braining right now. I'm swimming in positivity over ZACK RYDER.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to find my Linktree, guys, well, first of all, you can look for me tomorrow as we do Madden NFL 25 episode 1.5 because of my technical difficulties I had last week or after last week. I will explain more about that on tomorrow's Saturday Night Gaming. But if you want to find me at my Linktree, it is linktr.ee/Chris_best83. OMD, what are those famous words we like to end off on?
Ladies and gentlemen, always remember the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
I'll be there when you tell where you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't